You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
I'm Stephen Cabral, and today on our Weight Loss Wednesday show, we're going to get into the 10 reasons why you should be fasting. And yes, this is pretty much every human alive, with very, very few exceptions to that rule. And you're probably asking yourself then, like, why would I purposely not eat food when we struggled for hundreds of thousands of years as humans to really make sure we get enough food and that we don't literally starve to death? Well, the reason is this, is that we've actually gone too far now in the opposite direction. And literally from the time we're waking up, we're consuming some type of juice or food until the time we go to bed, literally. And in between, we might think that we're actually fasting, that we're not eating any food, but really the couple hours between food or between meals or between snacks, the food is still in our stomach and then it's moving through the intestine. So really, there's no period of time in anyone's life except when they're in bed sleeping, and even then it's only part of it, that they don't have food either in their stomach or moving through the first part of their small intestine. So at that point, their body is literally still working on digestion, it's working on breaking down food, and it's using a lot of energy for that digestive process. But not only that, is that all foods, no matter what food you eat, also break down and create free radicals in the body. And then the body has to work on this oxidation-based product, removing these free radicals, removing these toxins, and it does a lot to our bodies in terms of compensation. And that compensation then leads to inflammation, blood sugar irregularity, hormone-based dysfunction as well. So I can tell you this, that the studies they're doing right now, the research they're doing right now, as well as for the last couple of decades, show that really everybody alive, and this actually includes animals, which a lot of the studies were done on, it will improve their life if they can add in some type of fast. So, where should you start when you look at fasting? Well, look at this. If you can, this is what I recommend to every single person in my practice, except for a few people who have a lot of difficulty regulating their blood sugar, meaning like they dip too low in blood sugar and they're having adrenal fatigue-based issues. Now, I might have them actually have a little snack before bed of some protein and some fat, but not the majority of the people. So majority of the people, 99 out of 100 or more, I would like you to stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. And I know that's challenging because a lot of people get home later from work, or they put the kids to bed and then they have their dinner, and that might be 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night, and then they're going to bed at 10 or 11. So that isn't quite that 2 to 3 hours. Just do the best you can. Try to make sure it's an easily digestible meal so that you don't have to spend a lot of time with that in your stomach. Make it easy to digest, chew it really well, and then try to go to bed with an empty stomach. So 2-3 hours later, it should be empty. Now, what I'd like you to do from there is then you're going to get your 8 hours of sleep, right? So we have 8 hours, we have another 3, so now we're at 11, and then we just need 1 more hour for what I call the overnight 12-hour fast. The overnight 12-hour fast is something I've been using in my practice now for over 4 years. It works incredibly well, literally with almost every person alive. So why the 12 hours? Well, 12 hours. So how do you complete that 12 hours? Well, when you wake up, you're going to have a nice glass of water, maybe squeeze some fresh lemon in it, maybe do a pinch of sea salt, or maybe just an herbal tea, no caffeine, no anything like that. Then you're going to wait an hour until you have your breakfast. So there's your 12 hours. You basically woke up, you had a glass of water, you waited an hour, got yourself ready for the day, and then you had your smoothie if you follow my protocols, or you did your whatever breakfast that might be. That right there means you just went half a day without eating. Now, it seems like a half a day without eating, that seems like it's so long a period of time. But keep in mind, you were asleep for 8 hours of that. 1 more hour of that was you just kind of getting ready for the day after you woke up and had a nice tall glass of water, 8 to 12 ounces of water. And then before that was just a couple hours before going to bed, digesting the meal that you put in your stomach. So it's actually very easy to do. I mean, I'm going to be honest. This one tip alone can absolutely transform your weight loss efforts as well as your health-based issues. It is the number one place to start. Even if you don't change the foods that you eat, start with this 12-hour overnight fast. It's absolutely incredible. Now, when we're talking about fasting in general, like what are those reasons? What are the benefits that you're going to get out of it? Let's chat about that a little bit right now. Okay, so now that we know you should be fasting, you should at least start with your overnight fast, if not certain periods of a longer fast, which I'll discuss at the very end. Here are the reasons why. So bottom line is that you are going to lose weight, but only from a natural weight loss perspective, meaning like you're going to be able to tap into more body fat. Your body's not going to have elevated blood sugar levels, which I'm going to talk about next. And so you're going to really be able to oxidize that body fat overnight, especially if you stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. So that's going to help a lot of people lose the weight around the midsection, around the belly fat, because again, you're dropping blood sugar to normal levels and you're allowing your body to tap into body fat. So that works incredibly well. Now, number 2 goes along with number 1. You're basically going to level out blood sugar levels better. So, after a meal, your blood sugar spikes up 120, 130, 150. If you're type 2 diabetic, could be even higher. Type 1 diabetic could be higher if it's not controlled. Well, to be able to burn body fat effectively and regulate hormones like cortisol, estrogen, those hormones as well, you're going to want to drop down your blood sugar levels below 100. Somewhere between 70 and 100 is a very safe range to keep it. Not really below 70, 75. After that, you'll start to get the symptoms of low blood sugar. But most people have no issues with that whatsoever. So here's the thing. If you can stop eating 3 hours or so between meals, and then you do this 12-hour fast overnight, well, that allows for your blood sugar to come back down. And again, you're going to tap more into body fat. But even more important than that, you're going to be able to naturally decrease too high estrogen levels as well as cortisol levels as well. Okay, so number 3, another great reason that you should be fasting is that it speeds up your metabolism. So if you are not consuming food, that means the energy that would be used to consume that food and break it down can then be used for your own body, your own metabolic processes, whether it's cleaning the body up, whether it's used for mitochondrial-based energy, your workouts, whatever it is. It's absolutely incredible what your body can do with all that extra energy. And that's why I personally use, and what I use for everyone in my practice, a liquid before lunch approach. I do it myself, I do it with my clients, and that is your smoothie in the morning, maybe a little bit of oatmeal if you choose to go that path as well, but really easy to digest liquid-based foods. Then you don't have to digest anything. It's like baby food. You get to use all the energy that you would have had to try to break down all those heavy bacon and eggs and sausages and all that food, and just really use that energy to not have to drink caffeine, to not have to drink coffee, and then you just go about your day with so much more energy. That's like my number 2 tip. 12-hour overnight fasting, liquid before lunch. I mean, it's, again, transform your life as it did for me. It's absolutely incredible. So now, 4th reason, fasting promotes longevity. It's incredible, the factors they're showing with fasting, meaning like a lot of them are done with a 24-hour fast once a week, but they're showing that people can live 10% to potentially 20%, 25% longer. And one of the reasons is because of what we're going to talk about in a minute, detoxification, as well as the body's ability to regulate inflammation, hormones, and detoxify, which I would chat about. But the studies, and the animal studies, are absolutely incredible. And of course, when we look at the longest lived populations through the blue zones, they're doing that overnight fasting as well. And they're having that small breakfast too. A lot of times it's soup that they have for breakfast. Again, liquid before lunch. Okay, fasting also improves your natural hunger rhythms and cravings. If you can start to learn how to better control the signals in your brain for what real hunger is, just being a little bit hungry doesn't mean you need to eat right away. Real hunger comes from literally having an empty stomach, empty intestines that you haven't eaten for a while, and your body is now starting to look for more amino acids beyond just sugars as well. So really important, because a lot of people don't even know what real hunger is. And that's why when they go through something like the Dr. Cabral Detox, the first 2 days are the liquid fast days where you're having 4 shakes a day. They start to understand really what their relationship is with food. And it's absolutely incredible. It's actually incredible just for that. You don't have to do it for weight loss. You can just do it for overall wellness. And to get a better relationship with food is something I believe that we all need. Fasting improves your detoxification ability. The reason it does that is you don't have an onslaught of new toxins coming in, so that your body can then take a little bit of its own time through a process called autophagy that I've mentioned before. We can go in, it can start to scavenger all those free radicals, and it gives your liver a chance, again, to cleanse your blood without more stuff coming through. Real important. All right, number 7, fasting improves your brain function, clarity, and focus. You will be absolutely incredibly amazed at how much more, not only physical energy, but brain energy you have if you do an overnight fast and you keep your breakfast light, or you do that AM smoothie like I've talked about before. Again, the energy goes to you instead of your stomach. And I think that's just kind of the bottom line. It's going to go to your brain, going to go to your muscles, or it's going to go to your stomach. It has to go somewhere, and it can't go everywhere at once. So And of course, the decrease in inflammation, the autophagy, the detoxification, all that helps with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, which is now clinically proved. All right, number 8. 8 says, fasting improves your overall immune system and kills cancer cells. This is absolutely incredible as well. The same process, autophagy, also kills necrotic tissue and cancer cells as they're just starting out. It does that, again, by less toxins in your blood. Your white blood cells can go in. They can destroy sick cells. They can destroy cells with bacteria in them. They can look at microbes within the cells themselves. And they can cause apoptosis, which is cell death. When you can do that for your own body without having to use supplements, without having to do a lot of detoxification, absolutely incredible. And again, one more reason you should be fasting. Okay, number 9. 9 says, fasting improves your overall wellness by lowering BP, which is blood pressure, cholesterol, and inflammation. So I made a little list ahead of time so I wouldn't forget any. So, it's not just lowering blood pressure. It's not just lowering cholesterol, like lipid profile, fats. And again, your body goes in, it scavenges up all these different fats. It scavenges up proteins, which can cause increase in blood pressure. It helps decrease inflammatory cortisol-based levels as well. Helps decrease inflammation in general because there's not as much free radicals. And it gives your body time and energy to be able to work on other processes besides all the energy that goes to digesting food. And again, think about it. How many illnesses, how many diseases in the body are related to inflammation? It's like almost all of them, right? So if you can decrease inflammation in general, you can pretty much help every single disease or wellness-based issue out there. And the last one is fasting helps clear up skin-based issues, acne issues, psoriasis, eczema, you name it. And the reason it does that is the same exact process we've been talking about. When you have no new stuff coming in, you have no new toxins coming in, then those toxins are then able to be better filtered by the liver, so they don't have to be pushed out through the skin, right? So that your gut has time to decrease the bacterial overgrowth, the yeast-based overgrowth, and the proteins that are floating around your bloodstream that, again, are causing this, what we'll call dirty blood. So if you do that, if you do these simple things like I spoke about right now, which is just starting with the stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed, do an 8-hour basically rest where you're sleeping at night, and then have a nice glass of water when you wake up in the morning. Put a little squeeze of lemon or some type of fruit in it. But again, just squeeze it. You're not eating the fruit. And ideally just lemon or lime and a pinch of sea salt if you'd like. Get ready for the day, have your smoothie an hour later. That's your 12-hour fast. Let's keep it at that for today. I'm going to definitely tune in with additional ways that you can fast, anywhere from 12-hour, 16-hour, 24-hour, 48-hour, and longer ones that I've done myself, and when you should do them. But they're not for everyone. What is for everyone is this 12-hour overnight fast. Literally, again, unless you've been diagnosed with someone that drops into hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, then you may not want to do the 2 to 3 hours before bed. But that's it. And again, that's really, I don't want you to say that that's you, because so few people that's them. And again, you would have to test that with a glucometer. So again, 12-hour overnight fast. And if you want to, do what I do, which is the AM smoothie. I use the all-in-one shake. Again, you can find it. It's my daily detox shake, or soon to be called the daily nutritional support shake. And just go to dailysupportshake.com. You'll see exactly what it is. It's so easy. It's so inexpensive. And literally, it's everything that you need to start your day. But again, do what's right for you, but do include this overnight fast. The benefits, we don't even know all the benefits yet, but we do know at least these top 10. So please feel free to share this episode with anyone you believe it can help. And again, I'm going to be back tomorrow with another Cabral concept. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my health results accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.